27 pounds. Honestly, I thought it'd be a little bit heavier. All right, so it is 1:30 in the morning and we are currently making our way up to Mount Whitney via the Mt Whitney Trail. So we flew into Vegas and made the drive, the 4-hour drive out through Death Valley, which was pretty cool. And we got here, we camped at the Mt Whitney campground last night, and I don't think either of us got more than like a half hour of sleep. So we actually got started a little bit earlier than we anticipated this morning. Today it's supposed to be somewhere around like 22-ish miles, a little over 6,000 feet of gain. So it's gonna be a long day. We both have heavier packs than what is ideal. We both made the decision to start off in trail runners, and then we're bringing our mountaineering boots with us for crampons later on, just because walking in those heavy boots really sucks. But I think having them on your back almost sucks just as much. So we'll see if that ended up being a good call. Nice. All right, so I don't know, we're probably like a little under 6 miles in. We just had a fun little section that was this big climb, and then we found out we were off trail, so we backtracked a bunch, got back on trail, and now it seems like potentially the off trail option may have been better. So we gotta kind of traverse across this little slope. Holy shit, this little slope right here instead of coming straight up. So we'll see how this goes. Should be fun. So change of plans, made it just like a couple feet up, and it's way too sketchy. We're gonna put on our actual boots and crampons and break out the ice axe and stuff and make our way across this little slope. Making our way across. Looks like maybe the better way would have been to just come straight up this chute instead of coming up and across. Looks like we maybe should have just came straight up this. That's probably how we'll descend. Starting to see some other people. This is the first time we've seen anyone else this morning. See a couple of other groups, and everyone's kind of taking a different line. So I'm not really sure which one is best right now. So really one of the major differences of doing the standard Mt Whitney Trail in like early season or winter is that you have to go up this chute instead of this big section of switchbacks. So you can see like right in front of us, right there, you're supposed to see all these switchbacks that go up, but we're gonna have to go to the right and go straight up that snow chute instead, because the switchbacks are all covered in snow. So we gotta have a little sufferfest heading up that. It's pretty steep. We'll be moving slow. It's gonna take a while. But good news is it's gonna be fast on the way back down. So I'm excited about that. Heading up the chute right now, and I'm gonna be completely honest, this really sucks. Kyle making his way up. We gotta go all the way up there, and the camera does not do it justice how steep this is. It is super steep. It just wrecks your calves and like your ankles and stuff being at this angle the whole time. Slowly but surely though, we're chipping away at it. Little by little. Just made it up to the top of the chute. And holy shit, that was exhausting. over like 2,000 feet, and you can just see, like, I mean, I'm sure the GoPro isn't doing it justice, but you can just see how steep that is. Kyle down there bringing it up, he's crushing it right now. And also, look how pretty this is. It's a perfect day for this. Bluebird day, not a cloud in the sky. It's getting kind of toasty though, and the snow's starting to soften up, so I'm glad that we are finishing this part up, because it's not very fun trying to kick steps in crampons when the snow starts getting too soft. So I think we got up here just in the nick of time. You know what would really suck? If you slid down right now. I ain't stopping. So we're at Trail Crest now, and so we just follow the back of this ridge along the back side of the mountain until we get to the summit. It's about like 3-ish miles. But first we are going to have a well-deserved break up here. There it is, finally, right over top of this hill. You can see the little Mount Whitney hut, almost there. Man, once we got the trail crest, you start heading along the backside of the mountain. That little section from there to summit takes a lot longer than I thought it was going to. It's just a lot longer than I thought it was. More elevation gain too, so that really sucked, because I had different expectations coming into this. I thought the section was going to be quick and easy, but it wasn't, especially wearing crampons the entire time, because just like that, they're fine, or great actually, it's snow and ice. But when you're walking on bare rock, they suck. It's a great way to get hung up, trip, fall, snag your pants, which I've already done. So that sucks. But I digress. We just left them on because taking them on and off is kind of a pain. And there were just a lot of sections where you definitely needed the crampons. So we just decided to keep them on the entire time. There it is. Mount Whitney Hut. Another close fall. These freaking crampons. All right, and with that, officially, further. Here we go. Bam. Here we are at the highest point in the lower 48, Mount Whitney. 10 hours and 48 minutes in, 10.3 miles, and almost 7,000 feet of climbing. Whew. It's been a long day. It's been a beautiful day, but it has been a long grinder of a day. Still have a couple big pieces to work through on the way back down. We got to glissade down a couple chutes, so that should be fun. But other than that, it should be pretty straightforward thing. And hopefully we can make up some time on the downhills. So now we basically get a sled down this on our butts. The camera doesn't do it justice, but this is super steep. Hopefully everything goes okay. All right, just made it to the bottom of the chute, this huge hill up there. Glissaded most of the way down, but then towards the bottom the snow started getting too soft, so you couldn't really slide. You just go like a few feet and then the snow would build up and kind of stop you. So I ended up just kind of like basically freaking running the rest of the way down, but that was super fun. You can see Kyle up there now. The little dot just coming out of the shadow. trying to get going. He's in the same spot I was. The snow's just too soft there. You can't really get going. Super fun and way faster than climbing it. And so with that, our Mount Whitney day is done. Over 17 hours, just under 20 miles, 7,000 feet of elevation gain. It was an interesting day. One of the weirdest thing was the lack of people. I mean, considering you have to have a permit to even be able to hike this place, and then they sell out super quick. It's like a lottery. And we saw, I think, like 5 or 6 people all day, and pretty sure that only 5 actually summited. So we were 2 of the 5 that summited today, which is pretty wild. The trail was in pretty good shape. There's some sketchy parts, but that's what made it fun. It was a long day, but the weather was perfect. We didn't really have any like major mishaps or anything like that, so no complaints there. So overall, today in Mount Whitney gets 5 out of 5 stars in my book. I'd say if you're comfortable with some basic mountaineering skills and you're in good shape, I would push for an early season summit like we did, because we ended up having the summit completely to ourselves, which I'm sure like during the summer probably never happens. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to help. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time.